Hello, everybody. I'm Jackie K. Cooper, and it's Tell a Story Thursday. That's when I read from one of my previous books, Not the Wisdom of Winter, which is my newest book, available on Amazon and at bookstores. If you haven't gotten your copy, get it. But this is my first book, Journey of a Gentle Southern Man, and I'm going to be reading a story from it. This story may surprise you a little bit. It's called A Former Smoker Confesses He Loved Every Puff. Yes, it's true. I once was a 2-pack-a-day smoker. It was a dirty, disgusting habit, and I loved it. I was not one of those people who smoked from habit. I was one of those people who loved the taste of tobacco, and I still do. If they would come out and say, it is not harmful to your health, I would have a pack in my pocket before you could say Surgeon General. When I was growing up in South Carolina in the lazy, carefree days of the 50s, drugs and heavy drinking were not things I had to worry about. My crowd was a calm one. We were lovers, not fighters, dreamers, not drinkers. The only grass that we were concerned with was that which grew in our yards and had to be cut, not harvested. I was not into beer, but a side of my personality did want to be daring. James Dean smoked in Rebel without a cause, and he looked cool. So why wouldn't a cigarette do the same thing for me? I decided it would, but I didn't want to openly smoke in front of my father. That would be more than rebellion than I or he could handle. So I smoked in my room and in my car. Somehow my adolescent mind thought if my dad didn't see it, he also couldn't smell it. My room was a birthplace of smoke that dissipated through open windows into our yard. It is a wonder that the fire truck didn't live at our house. Plus, the window open trick was fine for the summer, but in the winter, it caused me to wrap myself in a blanket as I puffed away. The strange thing about my fixation with smoking was that at first it made me sick as a dog. I remember clearly lying on my bed smoking and watching the room whirl by. Dorothy and her Kansas tornado had nothing on me. When they would call me out to supper, my head would be spinning, but my breath would be clean. I spent my allowance on mouth freshener. When the time came for me to go to college, my dad still hadn't mentioned my nicotine-stained fingers. I was sure I had him fooled. Now I could smoke at college and he would never have to know. And on the first day of college, I bought my first carton of cigarettes. My friend Hollis's mother brought him to Erskine, where we both would be attending school. When she got back to Clinton, our hometown, the first thing she commented to her bridge club was about seeing Jackie Cooper standing on the corner with a cigarette stuck in his mouth. She was a tiny woman, but she had a very big mouth. One weekend toward the end of my freshman year, I was visiting at home. I had had a nicotine-free weekend and was in the early stages of withdrawal. My father was driving me back to school, and as I got out of the car, he tossed me a pack of cigarettes and said, "You might be able to use these." That was all he ever said to me, but it broke the ice. From that point on, I felt free to smoke around him. It also made me feel more grown up. To myself, I thought, I must be a man because my daddy lets me smoke. Such is the logic of 18-year-olds. I smoked a total of 18 years, and I enjoyed it all the time. But when my wife became pregnant with our first son, cigarette smoke made her sick, so I quit. Then while I waited for my son JJ to be born, I smoked pack after pack. Then when she got pregnant with our second son, I quit for good. I have been off cigarettes for many years now. Do I miss smoking? Sure I do. I said I love the taste of tobacco. Plus, smoking is a great social crutch. Gives you something to do with your hands. Would I ever start back? only if God Himself gave me a written health guarantee. 2, I now live with a woman who knows what cigarette smoke smells like. Mouthwash does not fool her. It does not throw off her sense of smell. She can hone in on nicotine breath like a bee to honey. Lung cancer wouldn't have a chance with me. My wife would kill me first. And there's my story. Don't take up smoking. Bad habit. This has been Jackie K. Cooper, sending love and hope.